HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to HCAM News. I'm HCAM News Director Tom Nappy, here to fill you in with what's happening in Hopkinton. On today's edition of HCAM News, we have Hiller baseball and softball playoff highlights. Hiller's basketball coaches Tom Keene and Mike Greco joined us to talk about the upcoming Dick Bliss basketball camp. We talked with Project Just Because about their latest fundraiser, and we have much more. But first, the Hopkinton Freedom Team, along with town officials, raised the flag at Town Hall to celebrate Juneteenth. The Hopkinton Freedom Team, along with town officials, recognized Juneteenth with a small ceremony and by raising a flag in front of Hopkinton Town Hall.
Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Martin Luther King Jr. letter from the Birmingham jail. The Juneteenth Independence Day programming is an effort to inspire meaningful and engaging dialogue on our nation's complicated past and present experience with racial injustice. The racial injustice imposed on one group is integrally tied to the racial injustice imposed on another. To that end, the organizers would like to acknowledge the original residents of Hopkinton, the Nipmuc people, with this land acknowledgement. We, as people who live, work, and engage in Hopkinton, acknowledge that the Nipmuc people were the original residents and stewards of this land, which became the town of Hopkinton in 1715. We know that the indigenous people of this land and this continent were killed in genocides, enslaved, relocated, and betrayed. Let us please have a moment of silence to remember, honor, and stand together with the Nipmuc people and all indigenous people of the United States, past and present, who continue to work for justice, recognition, and self-determination as the first people of this land. The organizers want to thank the Select Board for being present at this event, and we thank them for their support, and we'd invite Mrs. Kramer to say a few words.
I want to make sure that I acknowledge that probably the other members of the board would have liked to have been here too, but we're lucky to get this put together today. It's a very exciting day, and I really appreciate this opportunity. This is a time of celebration and reflection. We celebrate freedom for all in the United States, freedom that was not officially or completely communicated until June 19th, 1865. 2 years after what was the official liberation of enslaved people in the United States, and 90 years after we as a country had been established free of Britain's control. And I think that we have to reflect that this piece of our history wasn't in the learning that I and so many others did while growing up. I'm glad we're celebrating together today, and I hope that this is the start of many learnings, gatherings, celebrations, and or remembrances that we'll do together. Learning our shared history and developing ever greater commitment to our shared responsibility to address, correct, and heal from a history of racial inequity in this country. I'm grateful we'll be celebrating Juneteenth as a federally recognized holiday as of last night. I look forward to the events to come here in Hopkinton leading up to the 4th of July, and I sincerely thank all the volunteers that worked so hard to make this possible. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do this.
Let's do this.
Thank you so much for being here. Why don't
my
would
fun.
you would you do us the honor? Thank you for being here.
So this is the bottom. Tom Nappy here, and we are joined by Hopkinton Hillers girls varsity basketball head coach Mike Greco, and also the boys varsity basketball coach Tom Keene. Guys, how are you?
Great. Thank you so
Doing
much.
well. Thank you very much for having us.
Thanks for coming on. I understand the basketball camp is back, the summer basketball camp, and you've been doing this for quite a few years now, and it's a very successful camp. Give us the details. When does it start? Can people still sign up? And how many people have signed up so far? We'll start off with or whoever just wants to jump in, I guess.
Sure. So we're very excited to be back with Coach Bliss Camp. It was a camp that was founded by the legendary Coach Bliss way back in 1983. Like Mike, I went to the camp when I was in 5th grade, and we're super excited to be back this summer. And we just want everybody to know that the camp is for all levels and all abilities. So it's for, we have 2 weeks for girls and 2 weeks for boys, and Mike will be able to tell you the dates on that. But it's for, like, as I said, for all levels. And it's a great week of camp, and it's a great experience for the campers. And I know a lot of Hopkinton residents have gone to the camp over the years and have really benefited from being at the camp. And you don't have to have a lot of experience playing basketball, but it's for incoming 4th graders, 5th and 6th in one gym, and then incoming 7th, 8th, and 9th in another gym. So we're really excited to be back at it, and there's still some room left for people to sign up. So if you're like the Keene household and you wait till the last minute to sign up for camps, there's still some room available, and we'd love to have you.
And you don't
that's right.
necessarily have to. Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to emphasize you don't necessarily have to be from Hopkinton either, do you?
That's correct. Yeah, you don't have to be non-residents can sign up as well. We've always had a majority of Hopkinton kids, but I really can't emphasize enough that we have a lot of kids that come to camp and enjoy the camp, even if wouldn't consider themselves basketball players per se, but they just have a good week of being with their friends and learning about the game and trying to improve. So we really encourage anybody who's looking for a good experience to come out this summer.
Coach Greco?
Sure. Yeah, we're starting up on Monday, June 28th with the girls camp. And then we take the following week off for the 4th. And then we're back on July 12th for the first week of the boys camp. And then we do the whole process over again. We starting on July 19th, we have another week of the girls camp, and then starting on July 26th, one more week of the boys camp. And just to echo what Tom said, is that it really is a camp for players of all skill levels, of all ages. We are really excited to be back this summer after unfortunately having to miss the camp last year for the first time, since 1983. it's one of those things that kids a lot of times come as, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth graders all the way through. And a lot of our staff, not just Tom and I are also former campers and current varsity or former varsity players as well.
Yeah. And the one thing I would say that I've noticed, like the trends as far as signups, a lot of the students who have been to the camp before, they signed up early, but some of the students who didn't experience it because of COVID, the ones that were going into fourth grade last summer and didn't get a chance to get in to camp, and we didn't have a camp. I see that like those numbers are lagging a little bit. So it's going to be great to try to get some of those younger campers into the camp and experiencing it. As Coach Greco said, we have kids return summer after summer, and we have a great staff. We have over 7 high school coaches coaching at the camp. We have a lot of college kids returning that played for Mike and I over the years, and we have high school kids. So we have a wide range of staff and a lot of experience on the staff.
Can you describe what a typical day is like at the camp?
Sure. We, typically in the morning, we, do, the attendance and check in, all the formality stuff, make sure everybody's there and present and accounted for. We spend the morning doing a variety of different skills. We have the different coaches, each take a part of the game. Monday might be, a day where we really focus on shooting, and then Tuesday might be a day where we focus more on defense. And then, so every day it's kind of got its own theme, but we start with the very, very basic fundamentals. And then, we just start building on that, day by day. And as the day goes on to, get to some of the more advanced stuff by the end. We do a good job of sort of scaffolding it, so we have stuff for the players who are just starting out, as well as the player who, is really kind of looking to take their game to the next level. So after we do that in the morning, we get into some of our competitions. We've got some of the kids' favorites are things like the Coca-Cola shootout and dribble tag. We play 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3. So they get plenty of touches and plenty of time with the basketball in their hands. Kids are all split up into teams throughout the week, and so they all get to play 2 full games every day, both one in the morning before lunch and then one in the afternoon. And then when we get to Friday, we have the finals for all of our competitions. So the kids get to spend Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday trying to qualify for some of that stuff, and then on Friday we have we have the finals, and so we get to send the kids home with some trophies as well.
And, Mike did such a great job explaining the day. And, the one thing we do during our games is, we'll play 4 quarters, and the younger group, like say it's a gym with 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, the younger kids will play against each other in the 1st and 3rd quarter. And then the older kids will play against each other in the 2nd and 4th quarter. So a lot of times you might have some of the younger kids apprehensive about going to a camp with older kids, but a lot of time when they're going head to head, they'll be competing with a lot of students that are the same age.
And I was curious about that. Are all the age groups there at the same time, or is there different times for certain age groups?
Yeah, so one gym is dedicated to incoming 4th, 5th, and 6th. So that's one age group. And then the second gym is dedicated to incoming 7th, 8th, and 9th graders.
And we actually even take rising 10th graders in the girls' camp as well.
Ah, okay. Does this all take place at the high school, or do you use a couple different facilities?
We use both the high school and the Brown gym at the middle school.
HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance.
Welcome back to HCAM News. Hiller baseball and softball recently competed in the MIAA playoffs. Here's a look at the latest happenings.
On Friday, June 18th, The 10th-seeded Hillers softball team took on 23rd-seeded Franklin in the preliminary round of the South Division I bracket. Bottom of the first, 1 out, 2 on, Caroline DeSimone at the plate.
2 in scoring position.
And this is hit in the air towards center field. See you later! Home run! Caroline DeSimone goes yard, and the Hillers lead it 3-0.
That was all about 220 feet.
What a way to start the day for the Hillers. Caroline DeSimone with her third dinger of the year.
Now she's tied for the lead, right, Tom?
That's right.
Couldn't come at a better time, playoff time.
She crushes a 3-run homer, and the Hillers take a 3-0 lead. Hillers leading 10-6, heading into the bottom of the fifth, and the Bats really came alive.
And this is hit in the air, left side. That'll drop in for a hit. Here comes one run around to score. That's all that'll score. An RBI single for Emily Jurassic. As Morse will put this one in the air, right side. That'll drop down. DeSimone flying around third, and she is going to try to score, and she will. An RBI double for Catherine Morse. And this is up the left side, into left field it goes, and here comes Morse to score! An RBI single for Carly Stevens.
Peter, she got any bats on the bench?
And this is hit in the air. That'll drop into right field. And here comes a run to score, and she will. Stevens heading over to third, and it's 2 on with 2 outs. An RBI double for Harrigan.
7 runs in the bottom of the fifth. The Hillers played another run in the bottom of the sixth to take the 18-6 Mercy win over the Franklin Panthers. We caught up with Coach Alberry and a couple of big offensive contributors after the game.
Caroline, you had a great day with the bat today, going 3 for 4. You had that 3-run homer in the first inning. How did it feel to hit that?
It felt great, honestly. I was like, one of my goals to hit line drives today, and it was a line drive, and it was just like very like self-fulfilling.
And there was a couple times in the game that things must have got a little nerve-wracking when Franklin started closing in, but the offense took care of business. Can you talk about the bats today?
It was like amazing to see. We were all up on the fence, just cheering each other on with 2 outs, keep the rally going, didn't even get down. And it was just like, I don't think we had many strikeouts. It was great.
And all day it seemed like Catherine Morse was driving you in. Can you talk about her performance?
Yeah, I had complete faith in her. Like, I got on base. I'm like, okay, Catherine, there's 2 outs, but you're going to, like, hit me in. So it was great. I love being in front of her in the lineup because I can trust her to get me in.
Well, congratulations and best of luck in the next round.
Okay, thank you.
Catherine, you went 3 for 4 today. You had a great day at the plate. You also had 5 RBIs. Can you talk about your performance today and the performance of this offense?
Yeah, the offense really capitalized on every play, and we really fed off each other in our energy today. I give all credit for my hits to Charlotte. She let me use her bat yesterday in warm-ups, and I really liked it. So she let me use it today for the game, and I really just capitalized on that, but all credit to her.
And what's it been like playing with this group this year for you?
It's been really amazing. Everyone's super positive. The team chemistry we have is really just unreal this year. We're all just feeding off each other's energy, like I said. And, in the offense today, especially in the 2-out rallies, we were just really hitting each other home, and it was really great.
Well, it was a great team win today. Congratulations and best of luck in the next round.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, Coach. Well, this was a game that had a little bit of everything, a whole lot of offense for sure, and things got a little bit probably too close for comfort at times, but the bats came through. Can you talk about your team's offensive performance today?
We practiced real hard earlier in the week of trying to hit line drives, and I think that came out a lot in a lot of the hits that we had. We were focusing on hitting them hard and down, and even some of the bloops. We were talking about you're not trying to hit the ball over the fence every time, although that does happen. But But just trying to get on base and move people around, and if they need to make a sac fly to move a runner, then that's what their job is, and I think everyone did their job today.
And I saw you throw Caroline the game ball. Can you talk about her performance today?
She's incredible. She's the hardest worker on the team. She's at practice early. She's at the games early. She has an understanding for the game that's unmatched. She's always focused, and she's always thinking maybe like 3 plays ahead, it seems. So she's a really important asset to our team this year. She's great.
And pitching-wise, Charlotte Can started off the game pretty solid. She was able to get through the first 3 innings, only giving up 2 runs, and then Cedia was able to come in and ran into a few rocky moments, but was able to get the job done. Can you talk about the pitching today?
Yeah, our pitchers. I told this to them the other day. They're really good, and they work really well together, and they understand each other, and they actually sometimes they tell me when they're ready to come out, and Charlotte wanted to be on a short leash in that last inning, and we respected that, and Juliana wanted to come in and help get her out of the inning, and our defense had some hiccups at times behind Juliana they didn't necessarily have behind Charlotte, but I think they all just kind of worked together and pulled themselves out of a potentially dangerous situation.
And next round, I believe you're going to be taking on Silver Lake.
It does look like Silver Lake. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and watch some tapes.
All right. Well, hopefully you can get some revenge on them. I know they beat Hopkinton a few years ago, I think it was. I think it was before you got here. But in any case.
Before my time, yes.
Congratulations on a great win today.
Thank you so
And
much.
we look forward to hopefully many more wins in this playoff season.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
The Hillers took on Silver Lake in their following game this past Monday. Hopkinton lost that game by a final of 17-5. The Hillers wrap up their season with a 12-5 record. Congratulations to Coach Alberry and the Hiller players on a great season. On Monday, June 21st, the 5th-seeded Hillers baseball team hosted 12th-seeded North Quincy in the first round of the South Division II sectionals. Bottom of the second, scoreless game. Hillers played a couple runs.
And delivers. Down low, gets away from the catcher, and here comes Gahn to try to score the slide home. He is in. Hillers lead it 1-0.
When you should take off and when you should stay.
It's Franco Pedisano pinch running for Seamus as this is up the middle. Glove by the shortstop, throw to first. It is in time, but another Hillers run comes around as Opasadano scores. 2-0 Hillers. A sacrifice RBI ground out for Mulvaney.
It remained a 2-0 game until the bottom of the fourth.
Cam Mulvaney stepping in. He had a sacrifice RBI ground out to score the second of 2 runs back in the second.
There's a ground ball up the middle in the center field. Seamus going to turn third, and he's going to score easily.
Top of the sixth, North Quincy threatening with 2 on and 1 out.
There it is.
Pull the string. Right, great. Ooh. Lovely. That was lovely, as they say.
Sevens won that game and went on and beat Medfield.
There's a ground ball right back to Josh Fisher. Throws over to Andrew Gahn, and that retires the side.
Josh Fisher pitches his way out of it and ends up pitching a 7-inning complete game gem as the Hillers take the 3-0 win over North Quincy and advance on to the quarterfinals. We caught up.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are here today with Olivia Sward. Olivia, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well. So you're involved with Project Just Because. And before we talk about the main reason why you're here, why don't you tell us what you do with Project Just Because?
Yeah, so I am on the board of directors for Project Just Because. And I also do some volunteer work there with just, doing some food deliveries and inventory and just kind of whatever needs to be done around the building.
Terrific. How long have you been with Project Just Because?
A year.
And the Project Just Because organization does some great work around the community. Why don't you tell everybody, for those that don't know, what Project Just Because is and some of the things they do?
Yeah, so Project Just Because simply is sort of direct giving back to the community. We have food pantries, we give clothing, we help with emergency assistance, toiletries, any sort of basic items like that that people may need.
And I'm sure the organization has been pretty busy the last year and a half during the pandemic.
Yes.
Well, it's an organization that does tremendous work around the community. And right now, they are looking for a new home. You have this fundraiser going on at Project Just Because called Build Hope Together. Help us build our new home. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this fundraiser and what it's going to support?
Yeah, so this fundraiser is going to support Project Just Because moving to a new building that we would own, which is really important because even though we're a nonprofit with our lease, we still pay real estate taxes. So owning our own building will help us sort of cut down that part of our operating costs, and also just help us expand and grow and better serve our community.
That's terrific. And we'll throw up the flyer here. Can you explain how this fundraiser works and how people can participate or donate to it?
Yeah. So first of all, the total, we're looking to raise about $2.5 million by next June for the new building. And our upcoming goal is $500,000 by October. So if you'd like to help us reach those goals, you can go on our Facebook and donate however much you're able to. And that link is again on our Facebook at Project Just Because. It's also on our website at projectjustbecause.org. And you can also find it on our Instagram.
Terrific. How has the fundraiser gone so far? Are you getting any good support?
Yeah, we just launched very recently. We've already raised, I think, over $50,000 in the past couple weeks, very, very recently. So yeah, it's going good. Hopefully more planned the next couple of months.
Well, that's incredible. I'd say that's going very good. Well, Olivia, thank you to you and the Project Just Because organization and all the great work that you do in the community.
Thank you.
This Saturday, June 26th, the Hopkinton Lions Club and the fire department present the golf ball drop. A great event for a great cause. For all the details, head over to hopkintonlions.org. The event will take place on Hopkinton High School Field 10. Upcoming events at the Hopkinton Center for the Arts include Ethan Harp and the Delta Swingers on July 2nd. For all the upcoming events at the HCA, head over to hopartscenter.org. Our picture of the week, the Hopkinton Freedom Team, along with town officials, raised a Juneteenth flag at the Hopkinton Town Hall. Upcoming town government meetings include on Monday, June 28th at 7 p.m., the Zoning Advisory Committee. You can catch that meeting live on HCAM TV. And also, don't forget, every Monday at 2 p.m. and every Wednesday at 7 p.m., catch our program, the Hopkinton Hangout Hour. Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News Live. Don't worry, next Thursday at 6:30 p.m., we will be back. As always, thanks for tuning in. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon.